two of the artisans that worked on this year's show, Eddie Borgo and Brian Atwood. Please welcome them.
Hi.
Good. Hi, Brian. The girls were very excited that you guys are going to be on the show today. I want you to know you have a lot of Victoria's Secret Angel fans.
Oh, well, we are fans as well.
Really?
Yes, big fans.
So we want to talk to both of you guys just on how you started with Victoria's Secret, and just I want to know a little bit about your background of how you started, both of you. But Eddie, you want to start with?
Sure. I started off as a jeweler here in New York City, initially doing runway jewelry for different designers. And that sort of snowballed into introductions to different retailers, and I started my own business in 2008.
So recently. And
so recently.
You do a lot of celebrities and...
Yes, we work with many different celebrities, celebrity stylists all over the world. It's very much a part of what we do at the studio.
We love your stuff.
Thank
I have a pair of his
much.
earrings and a bracelet.
Yes, you do. I caught that when I walked out.
Yeah, you're going to have to rip them off. Yeah. And Brian, wait, what have you heard?
Yeah.
Brian, how did you start out in the whole fashion business?
Well, I actually started out in clothing design, studying at FIT in New York City, and then, as one does, falls into modeling in New York.
Yeah.
And
that's shocking, right?
and I actually found myself living between Milan and New York, and it was that time when I parlayed modeling into introducing myself, meeting the designers I wanted to work for, and I handwrote out my resume to Gianni Versace.
Heard of him?
He called me,
Yeah.
and the rest was history. It was just a really magical moment.
Good story.
Yeah.
So you started designing what for Gianni Versace?
Well, the first time I got involved in shoes was when he asked me to design shoes for the Haute Couture show.
Not
and that
bad.
was like my first hands-on experience
That's
at
amazing.
Wow.
And what year was that?
96.
Wow.
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 Very
So
nice.
then, I know, but I want you guys to tell the audience. How did you start working with Victoria's Secret, Eddie?
I started working with Victoria's Secret because I'm friendly with the show stylist, Sophia Neofitu, and she'd asked me a few times to do the fantasy bra.
Yeah.
And we
We
just...
were like, please, please.
well,
Yeah.
we desperately wanted to work on it, but we just didn't have the capacity to do it. And also, within my collection, we don't work with fine materials yet. So
This is you just did the game changer.
Yes.
Because you did the fantasy bra this year.
Yes.
You worked with a jeweler, Moisenar, who's
Yes,
provided
exactly.
the jewels, but the design is so you, because you have this distinctive design where you do a lot of different things, but one of the things you do is cones
Right.
and tassels.
Right.
I have done the fantasy bra now for 20 years, and I have to say it's one of the most beautiful, and we loved how modern it is, and I know it was a stretch for you.
Right.
We begged you to do it, but it just fits so perfectly, and you're doing several sections of the fashion show as well, so
yes.
there's a lot of Borgo.
Yes, we were
the
so
show.
excited to do it, and it's quite, I mean, it was very much like creating a sculpture. We started off with a scan of Jasmine's body, and then we built the bra around that scan. So it was also sort of a nice combination of present technology and handwork.
Yeah, truly made for her.
Yes, truly made for her. Over 7,000 stones, 450 carats.
What's the value?
3
million.
It was just appraised at $3
Yeah,
million.
ooh, that was good. Ooh.
More than a
Million.
million.
Yes, more than $1 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is a showstopper.
Thank
so
you so
We
much.
love it.
We are so happy to have been considered, and it's truly
Don't run,
so
because
exciting.
you know we do a bra every year. We know how to find you.
right. Exactly.
It is extraordinary.
Thank
I
you
have to
so
say.
much. Thank you.
And Brian,
time.
you have
Yes.
worked on the show for how many years?
Second year. This is the second
Is
year.
it just the
Just
second year? I
Seems
feel like
like
we've had
longer.
the collaboration.
Yeah. I think you've used my shoes in the past, but not.
Yeah, we
the
stole them from
full-
your showroom. We
the
just stuck
full,
them
the full show. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Wow,
always
congrats.
amazing.
And it was the same kind of, I've known about you, and again,
Yeah.
you dress a lot of celebrities,
Yes.
and people love
we?
your shoes.
I mean,
yes.
a few.
Right.
And we just really wanted to work with you. And
Yeah.
what's been so wonderful for us is that you're game for anything. So
Anything.
we start by bringing in, the 6 sections of the show, the way that we did with Eddie, and we say, these are our themes, and then you basically come
we
back
run
to
with
us.
it. We run with it, and then, design everything, the most extraordinary thing that we have in our head, and that's what's wonderful working with VS, Victoria's Secret, because sky's the limit, and that's for a designer. I mean, that's.
Well, you don't have to
heaven.
think about, will this sell? Do people
Not
want to
at
buy
all.
this? It's about, what's the fantasy? What can I create? And
Right.
we want your ideas. We
Yeah.
want you to just do something you've never done before. And what Brian does is you go back to your archives, because we went through your archives as well. The first year we were
Yes.
like pulling everything
Right.
that we wanted in the show.
Yes.
But you go through your archives, and then you go through design, and you just create for us. basically.
Techniques and everything. You think, what could be new that we're working on in our collection that we could push it to the limit for Victoria's Secret?
I mean,
and
we had a picture of one of the boots that you did, and that boot was handmade. Everything's handmade,
everything's
but handmade in Italy.
Made
with
in
the-
Italy, and
And we choose all the colors and the
Yeah.
styles and the fabrics. And I have to say, the girls, when we were at fittings and they were trying things on, they were screaming. We're like,
Running
oh
out
my
with them.
God.
Running out with
There's
them.
going to be fights backstage with
We
like
like
boots
that.
being
We
pulled
like-
in half, and
Yeah.
but we
I'm
are.
sure. I can't wait to see them.
it's like jewelry for your feet.
Yes.
We're doing
Right.
like
Yes,
this.
I like that. I like that.
Women love jewelry and shoes. What's
Right.
hello?
Yes.
I
they
just
do.
want to thank both of you, because it truly has been so inspiring to work with both of you, and you're both up for anything. That you're the can-do guys, and you are such great artists.
Thank you.
And you
Thank you
bring
so much.
fantasy to the show. So
Thank
thank
you,
you
and
so
thank
much.
you.
So
and
happy to be
Thank
here.
you.